Hey everyone, my name is Dwayne Swaby from DLTS Enterprise, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing a little story with you and as to how I started my online journey and how I become an affiliate marketer and move into that entrepreneurial space. Alright, it was 2008 while working a 9 to 5 job. I actually, you know, found myself in a space where, I got very complacent and very uncomfortable with the way things were going because I was still unable to pay my bills, even though I was actually, you know, I had my own kind of office. I had a lot of privileges, but there was not enough money. I had a family to care for, two beautiful girls, and I had stuff to do which I could not get done because of the lack of money and also the lack of freedom because I had to work at least almost 7 days a week because even on the weekends I had to go into the office to make sure everything was going well, and also I was worried about if I was not there, things was not going to be done the way it's supposed to be done. I could come back and hear that something went wrong and I could lose my job. So I was in fear of losing my job without any money in pocket. All right. I've actually done, worked in the corporate world for, at a time about maybe roughly about 8 years. Trying to figure stuff out. But I was still a little bit. I was always. I studied business at school, so I was actually always very, open to making money on the side or making money elsewhere. I was trying to find, but I could not find time to do anything different to make money on the side. However, after working for that particular job for over 4 years, I was called into office one day, asked very ridiculous questions. You know, I was not trusted anymore and that kind of stuff. So I figured more or less it was time for me to start embarking on that journey. I've been looking forward to. I've been searching online to find stuff to do that I may be able to do, and found out there are people out there who are actually making money online, which I had no clue this was actually possible. I had no idea. So at that point, I decided to go a little more in depth into, my search and try to figure out, what's going on. So by watching a couple of videos, I decided to, I left that job, a matter of fact, because I was, it wasn't for me anymore. I was already frustrated with my job and the kind of money I was getting and the kind of work I had to put in to get, some money. And I was still unable to fend for myself or to pay my bills on a whole and to say that I was independent. However, after resigning from that job, I realized that I needed to do something, and it was not going back to sending my resume out to get back to doing what I was doing. It was doing something different, not knowing how much work it would take for me to get that done. Because I have to start believing myself first, which I did. I had no clue, what I was doing. After months of researching and trying stuff and dabbling into things, with very little money I had in pocket, tried everything, nothing worked. Lost all the little money I had in pocket. My bills were overdue. I had stuff to do, so now I had to, dust off the shoes, dust off my clothes, and actually decided to get another job. I was still a little skeptical as to whether or not this was real. People making money online. Just leave with a frustration of my, searching and dabbling into things. I was a little bit frustrated, about these online money making business and these gurus who are actually trying to convince you that you can actually make $1 million within a week, within 2 weeks, and you'll be financially free, now without any sort of effort or any sort of capital. But I always knew there in life there's nothing's free. You always had to give something to get something. I knew that much. However, after many failures in the online space, trying job shipping, everything in the e-commerce space, from Amazon to eBay, Shopify. So I've tried everything like that, and lost a lot of money doing that. The little bit of money that I had doing that, left with no, information overload, confused as to what needs to be done. I decided to go back to work. But I was still a little skeptical because I knew this was being done by people, but I didn't know how it's being done, because you're given a little bit of information to pull you in and get you to invest, which is fine. But I had no money to invest, so I had to be just watch videos and a lot of different videos, which left me confused because everybody teaches you something different, and with all that information now you're overloaded with all this knowledge, and you're unable to do anything about it. After going back to work for a couple of years, this was 2008 to about 2016. I've traveled, I've tried different things, still dabbling into things here and there, with no sense of focus, no sense of direction, no framework, no proven framework to follow. I soon realized that this is not what I needed to do. There's a lot more to this. I remember coming from work one day, this about 2016, about July 2016. I saw a video on YouTube of this guy, Aaron Trin, and he was talking about, how he started this journey and what he did to stay focused on, he was talking about this, changing the whole mindset, have a, workout routine, have a daily plan of action, and executing these actions. Just changing the way he eat, the way he do things, the friends he kept, the amount of money he spent and what he spent it on. Always realizing these are simple principles that he used to change his whole belief system, his whole mindset, his the way he do things on a daily basis could actually change his whole entire life. He also went on to say, you got to pick, one niche, one market, which I had no clue what niche, what a niche was. Focus on one audience. Just doing these things consistently, doing this one thing consistently, finding a mentor, one mentor to follow, not everybody, not all gurus, one of them who's doing what you want to do, who are achieving what you want to do, who have actually perfect this system that you're trying to embark on, this journey you're trying to embark on. Do what they say, invest in their program, invest that time and effort into yourself and believing that you can do it just by doing it consistently and becoming better at it. Follow the framework that they have that's working for them, and you can be successful online. These are the things, and that's when I get, I got my aha moment, because I realized that I moved away from physical products to selling informational product. As an affiliate marketer, I could actually create a substantial income for myself and my family, so I could get off that treadmill and get that financial freedom, that time freedom that I want. That's when I got that epiphany and how to start my online journey. And since then, I've actually embarked on that journey by following these simple principles and realizing that the needle was moving for me. Things was happening for me. I was becoming more focused, more firm in what I believed in, and I was actually making, that move to becoming an entrepreneur. He went on to even tell you that you have to find problems that people are facing. Could be the problems that you were facing in your journey, in the beginning when you started out. You solve those problems for yourself, you can actually solve those problems for others. He went on to say, you got to become your own dream customer, so you can actually find your dream customers. You got to become a tribe leader. You become a force to be reckoned with. You have to actually serve the people in the entrepreneurial space. Give them what they want so you can get what you want in return. I was more focused on me and what I want, not what others want. And that's where I had all my, all these failures. But you have to be, relentless. You got to know that failures, or in failures you find a greater lesson in whatever you decide to do. You have to fail first and fast so you can actually move on to something that works. And that's when I started out, seeing some changes in what I was set out to do. That's when I started thinking about creating generational wealth for my family and the people who I'm serving. So if you make these simple tweaks to your life, these things can happen to you as well. It doesn't take somebody who's smart to do this. All it takes is a proven framework, a proven system. And once you follow that system, stick with the process and be very patient. You will become what you set out to be. You get to do what you want to do when you want to do it. But you got to remain disciplined.